Yep.
Great. So I'll do a countdown to 5 just in case, give some time for buffer to catch up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Nature in Focus 2022 Wildlife Photography Awards. We had a great year this year. First of all, I want to apologize because we wanted to have a physical festival this year and physical awards ceremony, chance for everybody to meet. But as usual, we had to plan this event many months in advance. And early this year when we were planning, we weren't sure COVID situation would improve. So definitely next year, we will have a physical event and hopefully we'll all get to meet again. So this year, we've had amazing response to the photography awards. We had over more than 21,000 entries from, I don't know the exact, I'm still compiling data, but more than 30 countries. So which is quite amazing to have that kind of entries for the first time in Nature in Focus. Also this year, as some of you know, we've decided that we're going to go away from the traditional model of first, second, third prizes. Instead, we're going to award 3 people the top awards in each category because it's hard to pick one over the other. So it's been a very challenging process as usual to select the images. We've gone through multiple rounds. So before I go ahead, I want to first introduce the amazing jury we've had for this contest who've taken a lot of time to be part of it. So first of all, I want to introduce Neha. Neha is she's worked with National Geographic before and works with Round Glass right now. Neha is one of the few photographers who has a good eye for not just technical aspects, but images that tell stories and photo stories and how they fit together. So Neha, over to you and a few words about what you felt about this year's contest and your word for your note for all the photographers out there.
So, Kalyan, I'm not a photographer. I have to clarify that. And I think that
that's exactly what, yeah, sorry, I didn't introduce you as, I introduced you as an editor. And sometimes having too many photographers has a lot of bias. So,
yeah, I feel like that was, that's what made me an interesting addition to the jury. Because I think there were so many stunning images that come in, right? And all the images now, people are putting so much effort into their craft. People are really learning and growing when it comes on the technical side. And therefore, a jury like this, it has these different voices so that it can evaluate images from all these different perspectives, right? There, you look at the technical brilliance of the images, you look at the kind of effort that went into getting that particular frame, you know, something beyond just being at the right place at the right time. And you have people like me who want to look at the storytelling, about the feeling that image evokes, about what it tells me about that individual's relationship with the natural world. And given my own background and the work I'm currently doing with Round Glass Sustain, I am, especially interested in storytelling and imagery that can really evoke a strong sense of connection with the natural world. And I think for me, besides the technical brilliance and the sheer stunning visual power of the images that came in, what really stood out was this. So many of the images reflected the very strong relationship people had with the natural world. Especially, that whole set of images of nature in its habitats. What I found interesting was that many of the images showed nature in urban habitats. So it was also very nice for me to see people exploring away from traditional wild spaces and looking at the wildlife right around them. And the creative nature photography, I mean, that was just wonderful. It's people really brought out the magic of the natural world. So overall, I think it was a really interesting experience. And I'm going to chime in, once we start showing our winners and jury selections and give our tidbits on why certain images stood out over all the other brilliant images there. But thank you for having me here.
Thanks a lot, Neha. It's a great honor. We always also, the other jury member was Vidya Atre. Unfortunately, she just recently, she's a wildlife scientist, one of the top known wildlife scientists. And we always try to have one person from the scientific community as well, who's not at all a photographer, to add that value. Unfortunately, she couldn't join us today and she wasn't available for some of the jury rounds. But Vidya Atre, a well-known conservation biologist and scientist, was also on the jury this year. The next jury member I would like to introduce is Andy Rouse. He doesn't need any introduction. He's world famous photographer, known for his tag images. And Andy's been very patient with us for the last 2 years. And one of the things also Andy brings to the table is that rest of the jury is Indians, and we tend to see a very Indian perspective of images. And Andy, with his vast global experience, he always gets the global perspective back, which is amazing, insightful for us. So over to you, Andy, but with a disclaimer, we're not talking about cricket.
No, we're not, because anyway, I'm actually in Ranthambore now. So, and apologies for any sound issues. There's a great big wedding at the hotel behind that's been doing a sound check, and it's about to kick off, I think, tonight. So if you hear a bit of Bangor and stuff, apologies for that in the background. It's been the second time I've been involved in this competition, and it's been inspiring, as inspiring this year as it was previously, because the standard is so high. And what I'm loving seeing is that the artistic and creativity side is changing, and people are responding to the fact that we're saying, look, we do love great portraits. Unfortunately, I'm more known for just taking some boring portraits sometimes. And it's really nice to see the creativity going through the roof and people thinking about an alternative way of depicting the story that they want to tell. And a story is a really interesting thing, I think. I think Neha spoke on it quite a bit just then, and it's right that, you know, we look for images that have a connection. We look for images that say something to us without words, because photography is a medium that doesn't need words to back it up. And my view is, whilst, you know, we have a good story that has good words with it, it's very powerful. The most powerful pictures need no words. They are evocative via composition, via light, or what's happening, and draw you in. And the standard this year was just awesome across all of the categories, even the ones where I have no clue about, like underwater, where my whole thing would be breathing and not doing photography. So even those ones, you know, I can see that the level of artistic ability was just, it's just a step up, and it's just been an amazing honor to be part of it. And the team have been brilliant. We had some really good arguments, some really good discussions about images, you know, really insightful stuff about all kinds of stuff. And I think the images that we've come up with have been really, really good. And the unique standpoint of not having a single winner, but having the three, I think is just amazing. And it's just game changing. And I think it's just brilliant. And I've loved being involved. So thank you very much for having me involved. It's been a real pleasure.
Thanks a lot, Andy. You didn't speak about Kohli. Come on. Yeah, so yeah, so one of the jury round we were having when World Cup cricket was going on, and Andy was quite excited that in England beat India.
Via a six that went through Kohli's hands. Yeah, that one.
That one, yes. Our next jury member is Prasenjit Yadav. Prasenjit Yadav is one of the few people in the world who's National Geographic photographer. He's done amazing stories for National Geographic. He's back in the field right now, as you can see from his dressing, up in the Himalayas, filming one of his favorite species. Prasen's also been a dear friend of mine for more than a decade. So it's great to have Prasen. Prasen's also, like Neha in some sense, although he's a photographer, he knows the process of what it takes to have that single image and the story. So Prasen, over to you, and your comments on the images that you've seen.
Thanks, Kalyan, and thanks a lot. Thank you, everyone, for having me this year. And I agree with Andy and Neha. This year's selection was tricky. First of all, I want to thank the people, those who narrowed down from those 21,000 images to the top images that we jury members saw. But what we saw was brilliant. To be very honest, like, all of us are photographers, and for our living, what we do is keep looking at images. So it's not that easy to come across an image that makes us stop for beyond 5-7 seconds. And I think most of the images that are selected today are those images, which we all like sat through, we kept looking at, and we all were like, okay, we have not seen anything like this before. And I think that's really important. And I think that's really cool out of what came out. I agree with Neha, and we discussed this, that images in wildlife in its natural habitat. This time, most of those images were in urban habitat, which is brilliant, because we tend to ignore that wildlife is part of urban wildlife, urban landscape as well. Yeah, I can go on and on, but I would rather have people see the images first, and I'll step in. The most important thing is there were also few images which were not which broke the barrier of wildlife photography. Those images could and would stand tall into like a global news photo contest types places as well. And I think that's really cool. And I really enjoyed looking at those images. Yeah. Over to you, Kalyan.
Thanks a lot, Prasen. Our next jury member is Karthik. Karthik, again, doesn't need introduction. I think a lot of people who are listening to this, including me, have learned a lot of natural history from him. He's an amazing teacher, a world-famous naturalist, and he's also the person who inspires us all by all the things small in this world and not get carried away by the large things. So it's a great privilege to have Karthik as jury member again. Karthik, your words about the contest and the images that you saw.
Hey, thanks, Kalyan. Yeah, it's thanks for having me as part of the jury. And this is the first time that I've sat through such a large collection of images to pick the best. Like what the others have already said, it was quite overwhelming to see so many stunning images out there. But one other thing that really, something that I really liked was the fact that there were images from the urban landscape. I started talking about urban wildlife way back in the mid-90s, and which also got me to doing a little book on the fauna of Bangalore and so on and so forth. And from then to now, I think people's perspective about wildlife also seems to have changed. I don't know if it was just the COVID lockdown, people getting stuck to Bangalore and the urban spaces, but then they don't seem to have wasted that opportunity. They have explored their immediate vicinity and they have come up with some lovely images. So I think that was a good, refreshing change from what you normally see. Otherwise, I really don't have much to say in terms of the images, but I would love to see more macro this time. I think there weren't as many as I would have loved to, but yeah, to see images of the smaller things and particularly their behavioral aspects is something that is really worth documenting. And I would probably in the future years would love to see some of those things as well. And though I've been associated with the NIF right from the first year, this is the first year I've been part of the jury, and I've seen a bulk of the images that have come in the previous years as well. But yeah, looking forward to more lovely images from the smaller creatures in the future.
Thanks a lot, Karthik. So one of the things I wanted to say that as jury members, when we are selecting these images, and sometimes there are two images which are, I mean, not just two images, there are dozens of images which are great, and sometimes you have to weigh one over the other. And one of the things we've done, and what Karthik has mentioned, is that we try to recognize images, which is basically, you know, this perception that wildlife photography is expensive, and in a lot of ways it is. You know, you need expensive gear, safaris and all that, but we also wanted to give out a message saying that wildlife photography is not about all that. Sometimes it can be a cell phone and something in your backyard which you can photograph. So Karthik, thanks for that. So our last jury member, Dittiman, doesn't need introduction. He's been with our journey from day one again, and it was Dittiman who kind of pushed us against our comfort zone to change the format of the photography awards, and we all agree with him now. I think it's a much better format, and so Dittiman, thank you for that. And Dittiman, over to you about your comments. You've been seeing images for the last couple of years for the contest.
I'm very afraid of talking because for last few years I'm telling the same things. People will beat me wherever they see me actually. So for me, this being a jury, it is always like you know, Kalyan. So I got a chance to see a lot of images, like before. I mean, more than the other jury have seen, because I was in the initial selection also. So for me, it is like you know, to come back in my awkad. Why I'm saying this? Whenever I see images and I found, oh my God, I have done nothing. I mean, people are doing so many great things, and I have not done anything, and it gives a feel like what I'm doing here. So every time during the judging session, when we see images, this feel is this is a I'm telling you, this is a real feel. I mean, I'm not lying. Uh, I, and then feel like why I'm the jury actually. People are doing so many work. Then I understood. I mean, I try to convince myself, okay, so we are the representative of the audience. So juries are not, for me, juries are never like a special people. We are representative of the audience from different backgrounds, with different perspective, with different, outlook. So, and when we actually do not select images, we just tell our choices. Like, it depends on what we have seen, what we have not seen. Then we get surprises and we say, wow, this image is great. So always, I mean, again, I repeat the things for the participants that this award thing is just a drama. Again, I mean, it's a drama. I mean, whoever, like, we say, top 10 selected images or whatever, these are drama. But everyone who are not even in the list, they also surprised us a lot. I mean, at least to me, I was like totally surprised with their images. I mean, the participants, I want to say that, wow, what you guys are doing. I mean, I mean, thank you guys. Like, to give an opportunity to see different things. I work all the year. I work all over. I mean, like, different subjects, still find so many things. And that is where actually this is not a competition. Again, I will tell, it's like a inspiring activity where we can involve a lot of photographers to inspire people, the audience, the mass, towards nature or science or maybe conservation. So this activity actually works. It works with me. Like, when I see this year, so many new stuff came, so many new naturalistic thing I could see, so many new way of showing images in the creative category. So it is, when it is inspiring me, I feel like it will inspire a lot of people also. So with that note, I don't want to make it longer. People are afraid of me. I mean, these days, I know that. So, but I must say that I was very happy with the images, and these images definitely will inspire a lot of people towards whatever way we can think, science awareness or conservation, whatever. So it's a good job. Good job. It should be continued. Thanks, Kalyan.
Thanks a lot, Dirthaman. Really appreciate that. Me and Dirthaman got a chance to meet in Goa, and we sat over 2 days to go to shortlist some larger image set, because Dirthaman always insists on watching all the images. So thanks a lot, Dirthaman, and thank you for being so humble. By the way, saying all that, I want to make a plug, because Dirthaman's done this amazing cave journey in Meghalaya recently. It's on Round Glass Sustain. Please watch it. It was completely fascinating and new for me. So amazing job, Dirthaman. So on that note, the time has come to announce the winners. Okay. Like I said, it was a very tough process. We fought a lot, very good discussions. But at the end of the day, I mean, I wish we could award 20 images in each category, but unfortunately we have to select few, and it's always a hard process to come down to those few set of images. So on that note, we'll start off announcing the awards. Before I start, just one note, there are a few people I want to acknowledge. One is my colleague Rohit, who's actually sitting on the other side of the table, but he was on another laptop where the webcam doesn't work. Who's the guy who pushes all of us to make sure we get it done. He always stays in the shadows and Radha, who's handling everything. In fact, Radha, who's done all the heavy lifting of this contest, coordinating with jury, coordinating with all the photographers, gathering the images, raw images and all that. So a big hats off to Radha, who's done all the heavy lifting, and Nikhil, who's part of Nature inFocus team, who's done a lot of work in, again, coming in the editorial perspective and helping us with them. And so I just wanted to acknowledge the team who's been from Nature inFocus, who've been part of the jury process and selection process. And also, I forgot Sharmila as well, who's again, somebody who worked very quiet in the office, works in the background, but who's contributed a lot in this process. So on that note, we'll start with images, announcing the images. We'll start with Young Photographer of the Year. Radha, can you start the slideshow? Just give us a second. As usual, like all these things, something always goes wrong. Okay, so finally we seem to have things working. Okay, so in Young Photographer, it's always fascinating because you wonder, like when I was that age, like I couldn't even, do like hold anything. So it was fascinating for us to see the quality of young photographers improve year after year. And it's not just technically good images, but thoughtful images that we've been seeing. So here are some of the winners in our jury selection for Young Photographer of the Year. First award is this amazing picture of Red Panda by Alankrita. Congratulations. We just love the simplicity of the image. It's just a simple composition, very clear, and the pose of the red panda just cuddle up, just impressed all the jury members. Our next jury selection is this amazing image by Jomtup from Indonesia. I'm sorry if I've pronounced the name wrong, but congratulations on this winning image. We thought it's a technically hard image, but it also shows wildlife in urban landscape, which is beautifully captured, and very simple image again. So congratulations on that. Our next jury selection is this very simple picture of tiger by Sanyu. Now, again, a lot of, and as Andy mentioned earlier, we just bombarded by close-up portraits of tigers, and that's something that all of us have seen a lot and things. So it was just nice to see this beautiful, simple composition. We like the fact that it's black and white, and just this shows tigers in his habitat. So congratulations for this amazing image. So with that, we are ready to announce the 3 winning images in Young Photography category. And like I said, there's no first, second, 3. All 3 are equally awarded. The first selection is this amazing slow shutter speed picture of crows by Aditya Krishna. Congratulations. All the jury loved this. It's a simple but technically beautiful, we thought, which works really well. So congratulations, Aditya Krishna, on this. Our next winner is Swastika Mukherjee. The simple use of patterns in nature, and one good thing about nature is that you can always use simple patterns. So the beautifully executed, congratulations. And our third winning image in Young Photography category is Chamtup again. All the jury members just love the behavior aspect of this. That's a hawk trying to catch bats when they come out of the roost in the evening. So it's simple, beautifully captured, but the behavior of the thing, the fact that you can see this action in this image really captured all of us. So on that note, I think we have some of these winners on call right now. And if you can plug them in, we would love to hear some words from the winning photographers. And I want the jury members. Sorry, Radha, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying they're all here, and yeah, Aditya and Jomtup are both on the call. I'm just asking them to unmute, and Swastika is joining too.
Great. Can you? Okay. I don't see them, Radha, on the call. Oh yeah, I see them now. Can you If you guys folks can add your webcam, open your webcam, that'd be great. We'd love to see you and hear your words.
Okay, we see Swastika there.
Okay. Swastika, congratulations on that amazing image. Can you tell us a little bit about how you made that image and what inspired you to take that image? You're on mute, Swastika. If you can unmute yourself. You're still in mute, I think.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. I feel so elated. Thanks to all the jury member for selecting my image. And I would also like to thank the entire NIF team for making this happen. I'm so happy.
Can you let us know where you photographed this image, the caterpillar?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I took this from my garden, actually. I was noticing that one, and I thought I would add some bouquets also. And I took this one with a manual lens and in a high aperture.
Great. Thanks a lot, Swastika. Congratulations again for winning this image. It's great to hear that we shot in your backyard. We have Jamtup on the line. Jamtup, congratulations for both the jury selection and this amazing picture of the bats. Can you tell a little bit about these images and how you made these images? Jamtup, you're on mute. You probably have to unmute yourself.
Oh, wait. Yes, thank to
Yeah, we
select
can
my
hear you
image to be a winner. I'm really happy.
Thank you. Can you tell a little bit about your image, the bats and the hawk image, where you shot it and how you shot it?
Yes, in this image, I took in Khao Yai National Park. Yes. In the evening, the bat is came out and the hawk is wait and come to eat bat.
Great. Great, Jamtup. Thanks a lot. I know you mentioned that English is not your primary language, so congratulations and we all loved your images. So big congratulations for that. And Aditya, thanks to great to have you on call. Congratulations on having that winning image.
Thank you very much. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Kalyan sir and inFocus for this honor, and I feel really proud of myself. And so the image is a pan shot of two crows flying. I took this from my backyard during the lockdown time when we were all forced into the four walls of our homes, and I wanted to try some and experiment things to improve my craft, and I made this image after an effort of maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and this is the only image I feel is good, which I got in the span of 2 weeks.
Great. Thanks a lot, Aditya. Congratulations again. And again, we're very proud to see something that you took it from your house and yeah, beautifully executed. Congratulations again. So that's the winning images in young category. As Ditman said, we as adults were like, oh man, I wish I had taken those images. So really inspiring images.
I think
the next
Kalyan, sorry, I just want to
Yes.
also really chime in and say that it's so amazing to me that so many of these pictures are taken from backyards, right? Dhitiman was also talking about how you don't necessarily need the best equipment. You need a certain eye. The same way we hear so much about photographers traveling all over the world to most dramatic landscapes. but look at these stunning images that were made right next to homes. So I think it's also really refreshing for people like us to see that, right? That it's right there. You just need to open your eyes and find it. So I think that especially deserves another additional round of applause for these people for pulling these images off. So.
Well, I think most of us as photographers started from home as well. We know that where our first photographs and stuff probably came really close. So for all of us, it has a special meaning to see the next generation starting off the way we did and coming through. I think that's been amazing, and quality just astounding. I mean, it really was. And yeah, hard to pick the final three. That's what in fact, that theme is going to go all the way through. Hard to pick the final three. Where there was lots of discussion and lots of arguments, I think everyone will say.
Yeah, but we did manage to get like 3 very diverse images. Like Aditya's image is like creative in its own way. Swastika's image is like, it has its artistic feel and it's in the backyard. And Jomtuk's image is beautiful. There's so much chaos happening there, but every element is placed so well, not overlapping. I think that is what made that image really special for all of us. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys. So we'll move on to the next category, and this is the toughest category for all of us, and I can vouch for all the jury members. It's amazing the kind of images, and it was really hard. We had hundreds and hundreds of images to choose from, and always beautifully executed. And we're just wondering, how did people even think about these images? So on that note, the jury selected images are for creative nature photography. Aniket, this amazing picture of a firefly. We love the use of light, long exposure to beautifully capture motion, as well as this beautiful behavior and natural history in this image. So congratulations, Aniket. Our next jury selection is Ashane, congratulations. We just couldn't believe how you captured this image. A beautiful, simple image, but beautiful composition, and just the eye for capturing that combination of color, aesthetics, and simplicity. So congratulations. And our last jury selection is so there's a bit of a lag in the connection. Raj Mohan, this beautiful drone image of flamingos. We just love, I mean, the fact that it's shaped in heart and the use of colors in this image really worked for us. So congratulations, Raj Mohan, on that. We have more jury selection in this category because we just didn't let go of some of the images. So the last, actually we have 2 more, I think. This other image of by Magnus, congratulations. On this beautiful image, we broke our heads on how we shot this image, frankly. It's a long exposure pan, but the fish is completely in focus. So congratulations, just stood out for us from the very first round, beautifully executed. And our last jury selection in creative nature photography category is Ripon Biswas. This is, if you're wondering what it is, it's a long exposure of a glowworm walking around the edge of a leaf, giving this beautiful backlit exposure on the leaf. So congratulations, been on that. So from there, we'll go to our winners in this category, and it was really, really hard selection to pick our winners. The first winner in this category is this lovely image of a pit viper by Kai. Congratulations on this image. It's, again, the best images are simple images, and for us, use of light, backlit, and the silhouette just really worked for us. So congratulations, Kai, on this amazing image of pit viper. Our next winner is Anirban Datta. Again, when we saw this image, we were wondering what's happening, But when we read the caption, it turns out it's a drongo, and you can see on the right, top right of the image, it's a drongo that's hunting flies late in the night, late in the evening. So we just love the use of flash, long exposure, very cryptic image, but an amazing behavior captured in a very creative way. So congrats, Anirban. And our last winner in creative nature photography is this beautiful image of dolphin by Abhilash Shekhar. It took us time when we saw this image, what was going on in the frame. And when we look carefully, it's just so much energy, so much, even the exposure, it's just very there's something very dreamy about this image. So congratulations to all the winners. And I think we have some of them who will be able to join us on the call right now. Yeah, we have Anirban Datta here. Anirban, congratulations. Anirban, if you want me to speak in Hindi, I can do that. Let me know. Anirban, can you hear us? Anirban, आप सुन सकते हो क्या? I think he's just connecting. While he connects, we have Abhilash on the call as well. Abhilash, congratulations on the amazing dolphin image. It'll be great if you can give us a little bit of background of that image.
Hey guys, it's great to meet all you guys. I think long back I met Dhritiman as well on one of our Antarctica trips. So I'll just say, hi Dhritiman, how are you doing? Overall, in terms of the image, I think it was just a lookout in Monterey Bay in terms of just searching for breaching whales and other wildlife. And a couple of times I had difficulty photographing some of these because it's usually they come up just for a quick second. So I started playing around with your shutter speed and things like that, and then one of the days they all kind of fell in place, and we had these bow riding bottlenose dolphins, and it was a wonderful experience overall. So yeah, and additional special shout out to my wife, who actually forced me to enter the contest and actually made me do it in the last second as well, as I kept procrastinating. So yeah, overall, I think thanks Karthika, and thanks guys. It's been a great to hear.
Thanks, Abhilash. And I think it's a testament of that Monterey Bay. Even I've been there. There's so many photographers who go there, but to make an image that stands out is an achievement. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Abhilash, great to see this. It's a huge surprise. I didn't expect it. It is yours. And here, I mean, I want to mention this. This is the strength of photography. I met you in 2018, right? In January. That was 2018. You were like a sometimes you are clicking. You are not a photographer then, right?
Yep.
You are some, you are just trying with something, and 2022 you inspired so many people. This is something, I mean, this is very inspiring, and I think Nature in Focus is also doing the right thing, like engaging the people like you who were nowhere a photographer before, and now you are inspiring so many people in the world. So it's amazing to see you here. I mean, I had no idea it's you. So great surprise. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dhritiman. It's amazing to hear that from you. Like, I've seen your images, like personally, right? During our whole Antarctica trip, I've seen all your images, and to actually see that you liked one of my images that well, thanks a lot. It means quite a bit.
Thank you.
And just to clarify, all the jury members, they're getting to know now who the winners are. They didn't know the names. So it's completely anonymous. Only me and Radha knew. Even we didn't know till the final round who the photographers were. So it's completely anonymous process. So we don't discriminate professionals or upcoming photographers. It's completely anonymous. Anirban, आप कॉल पे है क्या? सुन सक रहे हैं?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, congratulations, Anirban. It's a beautiful image. We all loved it from the beginning. Can you tell us a little bit about how you captured this and where?
Sir, I can't see anything. The screen is black. Which image you have selected, I don't know.
Okay, this is the Drongo image. Drongo
acha.
hunting flies. Yeah.
Yes, actually it is a termite, sir. And
Termite, sorry, yeah.
Termite. I shot this one before starting off monsoon in our area, Coach Bihar, and it is a busy petrol pump, and most polluted area actually. That is the polluted area. Too much people are there, and I have to stay there with my gadgets and study tripod. And the special thing I witnessed, these termites come every year, same places, same tall lights, street lights. But the special thing is this, the Drongo, just only one Drongo was there, and he's getting termites very easily. And it is a multiple, in-camera multiple exposure shot. So I have tried to use white balance, yellowish termites are in Kelvin mode, and bluish, which are in slow shutter. It is in tungsten mode, and there are total 3 images. Separately, I have shot. One is for Drongo, one for bluish stone, one for yellowish stone, sir.
You are muted, Kalyan.
Sorry about that. So, the story, congratulations on technically executing it so beautifully and thinking about using different white balances in multiple exposures. So if any of the jury members want to add anything, I would love to hear from others.
I think, Kalyan, so many of these images have a absolutely magical quality to them, right? And that's really where their creativity is standing out. I mean, this image by Anirban, it's like something out of a fairy tale. It's really so much, it makes you feel a sense of wonder when you look at these images. And I think that because these are very everyday species, that makes it even more wondrous. It's a Drongo, it's termites that I would normally go ew if I saw them, and here you're making me go wow. And I think that really is a remarkable achievement.
And I think from a photographer standpoint, the composition of it, you could put this on your wall as a big print and look at it every day and see something new. And I think that's the technical skill in this is for all to see. But I think it's the very fact that I'm looking over it and my eye is just feasting on everything that's going on. I keep coming back to it, and there's all different shapes, all different things going on. It's just a fascinating picture. It really is. I love it. So congratulations.
Great. Thanks a lot, jury.
Congratulations, Anirban, on this. It's a lovely image. There's a lot of busy, it's a busy picture, but at the same time, I think it also conveys the natural history aspect of the image. We all know Drongos, we all know termites, we know the termite elites come to light, but we also probably know that Drongos do hunt opportunistically like this, but capturing that in a wonderful way like this, I guess, is a fabulous feat.
Thank you.
Can I say something like that?
Go ahead, Professor.
Yeah, whenever we think about creative nature photos, there are a lot of these black and white simplistic images that we come across. But what I like about today's selection is it's like a buffet of colors, and they are just incredible just to look at. And I thought I would mention that. Yeah.
Great. Thanks a lot, jury. Congratulations, winners again. So we'll move on to our next category, which is Wildscapes and Animal in its Habitat. Like creative nature photography, this is again a very hard category. We've got the highest number of entries in this category. And again, we've picked 5 jury selections in this, more than usual, just because we just had to recognize some of these images. So the first of the jury selection is this picture of tiger from Pilibhit by Sanjay Nair. We just thought, again, it's a new landscape, and we don't see tigers in a pool of flowers. So congratulations, Sanjay, on this lovely image. Our next selection is the beautiful picture of salmon by Jeffrey. This is photographed from Canada. We just love the half above, half below, but you can still see the beautiful the salmon very clearly, which worked really well for us. So congratulations, Jeffrey, on that winning image. Our next jury selection is these swans from Japan by Lakshita. And I think the jury members love this from the first round. We just love the base, simple composition of these 2 trees on either side, the way the swarm has come and beautifully executed. Congratulations on that. Our next jury selection is Philip, this picture from Philip. This is also interestingly from Japan. So it's interesting to see so many pictures from Japan, and we love the chaos on top of the frame, but this animal is really popping out at the bottom of the frame. So congratulations, Philip. And our last jury selection is this picture of tiger from Surya Ramchandran. This is a tiger in Nilgiris in Shola grassland habitat. Very few people have seen tigers in this habitat. There are a lot of tiger reserves which cover this landscape. So it was just really amazing to see a beautiful picture in a Shola grassland. I think it's the only image that anybody's ever seen of tigers in Shola grassland habitat. So congratulations, Surya, on that winning image. So we'll go down to the 3 top winning images in Wildscapes and Animal in this category. And the first of the winning images is this beautiful picture of Fox in the City by Tapas Biswas. Again, we wanted to highlight that urban landscape is a habitat for wildlife as well. So interestingly, all 3 winners are winning images in wildlife, animals, habitat have been from urban category. So our second winner in this category, it's a joint winning image by Kapil Sharma and Yogendra Satam. Both of them work together on camera trapping. So this image of barn owl using this old bus depot is the camera trap. So congratulations both of you on this winning image. Interestingly, the other winning image in this category is also photographed by these 2, Kapil and Yogendra. This one, it's one of my personal favorite. It's got everything written on an urban habitat. The beautiful painting of the thing. We love the way you use the light to get the reflection of the cot and the mat on the floor. And congratulations on that. So I think we have some of them on the call. Tapas, congratulations on the winning image. Can you tell us a little bit about where you shot it and how you executed this image, how you managed to get this beautiful composition in an urban landscape?
Yeah, sure. I think you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I shot it in London. I used to live in London for a few years, and just before lockdown, I moved there. And the whole lockdown, I got the opportunity to photograph them. Interestingly, this is from my window, from my bedroom's window. And for 2 years in lockdown, I used to photograph them every day. So, and another fact, interesting fact here is London. If you think about London or United Kingdom, you might think about snow and a lot of snow, but that's not the case in proper London. Okay, so here in London, after almost 10 years, London got the proper snowfall, and that was also for continue 5 days. So that time, last time it was in 2010. So when I photographed them, every day they used to come to this is my backyard, so every day they used to come here and I used to take portraits, a lot of portraits portraits also I got it. But when the snowfall started, I always wanted to capture red fox with the the whole city in the background. When you think about red fox in India, you think about maybe Spiti, Kibber, those areas. But within city life, red fox is, I thought it's unique. In London, you find it mostly everywhere. They are well adapted in London. But yeah, this is from my bedroom, from my window, I could capture them. That was the most interesting part for me for this photograph. And
Thanks,
I
Kapil.
waited for 5 days actually, just to clear. For 5 days it was snowing, so my camera was mounted on the tripod for 5 days continuously. I was working from home, and whenever I saw a fox coming there, and I started clicking. So that's how I got it. After 4 5 days, I got it continuously. There was snowfall for 5 days. So they used to come here.
Congratulations, Tapas. It's a beautifully executed. We all love it. So hats off to that. And we love the fact that you shot it from your bedroom.
Yeah. Thank you.
We love to have the other two photographers, Kapil and Yogendra. I think you guys are on the call. It'll be great if you could switch on your webcams. We'd love to see you and hear from you.
Hey guys, hi. So currently I am here at Ranthambore attending a wedding. So coming live from there.
Are you attending the wedding that Andy's
I think
trying to
the
avoid?
wedding's going on now. Are there drums at your wedding? Because there are drums going on right now here.
No, drums are not going on currently.
Different wedding.
Yeah, currently I'm with Bit2 as well. So yeah, and I've been doing safaris here since couple of days. I have to attend a wedding tonight. So I think Yogendra is also joining. 1 second.
So Kapil, congratulations again. I think last met in LRK, I think, and we bumped it a couple of times with Kabini, I think.
Yeah. So I'll tell you the story behind this image. So this picture was actually ideally the camera trap was set for leopard. So this image, what you see here in the image is basically the scrap van of Mumbai police. And while tracking leopards in Arya Colony, we found a location where we had found pug marks around the scrap bin. And we even found some cats inside the van. So there's a place where, a lot of this, like just next to an Arya Colony, there's a police camp where there are multiple scrap bins, and we have, with our research, we have found that these leopards use them, during the monsoon as their shelter to protect themselves from rain. So ideally, the image was, to capture any urban wildlife or mostly a leopard who might be entering this van. But then installing a camera trap for almost a month, this van had a lot of rats, actually rodents. So, and interestingly, we found this barn owl couple of times who, used it as a nesting place. We even found pallets, not rather nesting, I would say roosting. We even found pallets of the barn owl. And so we were able to, interestingly capture this flying movement. The settings worked out very well by using multiple flashes, and that is how the image worked. So, yeah.
Can
And
you tell us about the leopard result?
Yeah, the leopard image is one hell of a story. So this was an entirely pre-visualized image. So Yogendra, actually, he's a police constable in Arya Colony. All right, and he knows a lot of locals around Arya Colony due to his regular routines and the police thing that he does. So one of his friends who stays in one of the villages in Arya, his backyard. So they have an abandoned room in the backyard. So they actually stumbled upon this female leopardess. If you look closely, she is a lactating leopard, a sub-adult one who is lactating. So they saw this leopardess, which is roaming around mainly for poultry and dogs. So they also had a poultry farm just a couple of rooms away. So the leopards, this leopard, female leopard, this used to she used to come in from this particular abandoned house, and then climb up a wall and go to the next lane, especially for dogs. So there was this cot, and this room they use it mainly for their gym purposes, the villagers, in the morning. And in the night it is like left alone. Even if you see, they'll keep all their stuff, the Varli tribes, they'll keep all their digging stuff and everything in the room. It is more of a storeroom. So what I did is, like, we used multiple flashes, one firing it from the top of the cot to get this mosaic effect, and wanted to try to capture this leopard is entering the home with the Varli painting in the backdrop to show that, how the urban leopards with the Varli tribes, how they are coexisting together in Mumbai.
Beautifully executed, couple. Congratulations on that. Yogendra ji, we'd love to hear a few words, and couple, if you can introduce Yogendra, like his contribution as well. So very nice of you. And also, frankly, it's very nice to see a shared credit because, frankly, even as photographers, there's always you're taking help from other people. So it's very nice
In
to
fact,
see
for
you
this
guys
image,
sharing credit.
in fact, for this image, I would in fact like to thank two more members of our team, especially Atharva Vasaikar, who will be on call right now, and Yogendra's twin brother Yogesh. So even both of them, they helped us a lot in setting up camera traps and checking the camera traps regularly. So big thanks and big cheers to them too.
Yeah, quick word from Yogendra ji. I think love to hear your words. You're on mute, Yogendra.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you can hear you now.
Yeah, my name is Yogendra. Now actually I'm on duty, so it's very difficult to manage. But you heard all the story about the pictures, the both of picture in our Arabic backyard. So just thanks a lot for all team and jury to select our picture. I don't have words. Actually, it's my in first time in life I participate in such kind of huge competition, and because of Kapil, he helped me a lot of for this uh, everything.
Yogendra,
Yeah.
I mean, it is great to see you in the uniform. You are not working for the safety of the people. Also, you are actually working for the safety of the animal, because with the help of this strong images, you can connect so many people with the natural world, and they will be the advocate for this animals who can't talk for themselves. So you are actually working for safety of both animal and the people. So congratulations for that.
Thank you so much, sir.
Do any of the other jury members want to step in, guys? Girls? Andy, you're on mute. Sorry.
Yeah, I was on mute because the wedding was kicking off. I would just like to say that this image is absolutely fantastic. All of them in this category are fantastic, but for me, the leopard, the composition, the thought process, and the amount of work that you must all have put in to get this, and to see you working as a team and giving credit to each other, I'm proud of you all. It was just, it's awesome in terms of the picture, but it's awesome in terms of all you guys. So Kapil, make sure you tell Bitu tomorrow to introduce us when we see you in the park. Huh?
Sure, thank you. I'll definitely do
But
that.
really amazing to thank each other. Just amazing.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations, because Andy doesn't like, I mean, he's not a fan of camera trap images. So him giving full marks to this, it means something. So yeah, just wanted to say that. Okay. Thank you guys for joining on the call. Congratulations again. We'll move on to our next category, which is conservation focus.
Sorry, Kalyan, there's some red line on the screen.
There's a red line. Yeah. I think
It's PowerPoint's done something. We're trying to figure out what it is without disrupting anything, and we're not able to. Sorry about that. Kalyan, if it's okay, we'll just stop sharing for a second and fix that problem and get back online.
Sure. That's fine. Yeah, it's slowly, because the red line is very distracting.
It is.
Kalyan, I've got about 5 minutes left because I've got to go to dinner with my clients, and they're playing Ed Sheeran, and I cannot abide Ed Sheeran as well at the wedding.
In India, you can get crash weddings, Andy, just so you know.
I want to go and sample the food, though. The food would just be amazing. I'm just desperate to go.
That's what we all go for weddings.
Okay, we're back up, Kalyan.
Thanks, Radha. So we're back. So we are on conservation focus, and this is our favorite category every year, frankly, because the conservation goalposts change year after year, and it's nice to see people telling stories of their backyard, issues that they're passionate about. And I really believe, and I think most of the jury believes, that the best way to communicate conservation issues is through visual imagery, and that really what moves people to act and do something. So this category was a treat for us to judge, and we had a wide array and categories of issues that were covered. So unfortunately, we could cover all of them, but here are some of the jury selections for the conservation photography category. First image is this beautiful image by Fernando. It's from Mexico. It's a jaguar that is coming to a pig farm, and it's an image about a bit like our leopards, but in another part of the world with jaguars and farm animals. Congratulations, Fernando, on that jury selection on that wonderful image. Our next jury selection is this image by Shiv Kumar. Congratulations. We know that feral dogs is a big issue, especially in Himalayas. In this case, it's a feral dog with a Tibetan wolf. And there's a lot of issue of feral dogs attacking them, but there's also issue of crossbreeding and things like that. And we thought it's a bit of humor in this image, but also it's a big conservation issue that was captured beautifully. So congratulations to Kumar on the jury selection on that image. Our next jury selection is this image of elephant by Sanjay. This is from an unlikely place where you hear about elephants, from Andhra Pradesh. And elephant conflict is a big issue, not just across India, but a lot of countries in South Asia. But in this image, we thought like there's a lot of energy in what is going on. Beautiful portrait of this elephant, but in the foreground, you can see what the real conservation issue is, and how the interface between people and elephants really play out in some of these areas. So Sanjay, congratulations on this beautifully executed image of elephant conflict. Our next jury selection is by Ripin Biswas. This is the second jury selection for Ripin. For us, I mean, everybody loved this image from day one. It's just technically beautifully executed, but also for us to show urban wildlife. And I think, I don't know about the rest of the world, but people in India, you know, you go out in the evening, in any, no matter how big the city is, like I'm from Bangalore and I see these fruit bats and even insectivorous bats all over hovering around. But to capture this in a fruit market and executing so beautifully, won the hearts of the jury. So congratulations on this beautiful winning image. And our last jury selection is Amit Kiran, the bagworm with a lot of plastic in its collection. Plastic pollution, as we all know, it's a well-known thing. We talk about plastic pollution, but as jury, we really love this image because it's not the big thing of an animal getting stuck in a plastic bag, but at a micro level, plastic is changing how creatures deal with their environment. So congratulations, Amit, on this simple macro photograph, but still showing the impacts of plastic in our natural world. So with that, we want to announce our winners for the conservation category, and it was really hard, and we wanted to have a good diversity of issues to cover in this. Our first winning image is this beautiful image by Shrikant, photographed in Andhra Pradesh again. Just a bit of background. I think conservation images need a bit of background. It's a whale shark that was breached, and this is the forest department and the local fishermen trying to get it back to safety into the deep sea. And as far as I know, they were successful in doing that. And I'm from Andhra Pradesh, so it's unheard to see a whale shark in Andhra Pradesh. So congratulations, Shrikant, on this beautiful image, which shows the impact that the forest department and local fishing communities do in saving our marine ecosystems. Our next winning image in conservation category is this tiger conflict image by Najib. This is I forgot this is in Sonitpur district in Assam, and this is very close to Orang Wildlife Sanctuary, and it's really captures the conflict that we have with big cat. I mean, we know of tigers in some of the areas, but this captures the chaos that happens when it's a tiger clearly not in its habitat, and how villages react and deal with these images. And if you look carefully, most of the people are running, but there is one person at the background who is ready to kind of take on the tiger. So we found this very powerful, tells a story about tiger conservation in India. So congratulations, Najib, on this beautifully executed, wonderful image. And our third winner in this category is Kapil Sharma again. We know, again, feral dog issue, but in this case, we just love the way you captured the, it's just a beautifully executed image. It's a conservation image, but it's a porcupine that's, and this dog's being suppressed and the porcupine fighting back with fighting back with the dog. So congrats again on this winning images. So we have some of the photographers here on the call. Shrikant, congratulations. I've seen all your pictures of that. Can you run us through a little bit about this image in the background? And we'd love to see your face if you can switch on your webcam.
Yes. Am I visible?
Yeah, we can hear you, Shrikant, and see you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Kalyan. Very good evening. And thank you so much for the entire jury for selecting this image. And I'm very happy. Not for getting the award. I hope these images will reach more people and create more impact, positive impact. So coming back to the story of the image. So I got a call from a village, one coastal town near Visakhapatnam. And the fisherman, he's like my field assistant. He called me and he said like, hey, I saw a very big fish on the coast. And immediately I rushed to the spot with my equipment. And then I realized it was a whale shark. And it was struggling to go back into the sea. And then immediately I called the forest department, DFO Anand Shankar, who is in charge of that particular area. And he only told me that, just rescue this whale shark, whatever, at any cost. And then immediately I contacted the local fisher community. And there are 27 fishermen involved in this particular rescue. And the forest department staff, they tried almost 3-4 hours to push this whale shark into the deeper oceans. If you see that image, there is one big rope tied to the whale shark very gently. And the fishermen from the boat and next to the whale shark also, they tried really hard to push the whale shark, but it can't. We felt very difficult. So because at that time, the tide is not full tide, it's partial tide, and then slowly after some time the water also started rising, and then high tide also helped a lot. And this image is a very close to my heart, and I'm very happy for click this image. The reason is all the fishermen who were involved in this rescue got compensated by the forest department. And there are a lot of incidents where whale shark breached or entangled in a fisherman net, show fisherman net especially, and they got died. And this fishing cat, this whale shark, it went into the ocean alive. That's that gives me a huge happiness. You see, rescuing a 2,000 cages weight whale shark swam back along, into the ocean. So that given me a more happiness. And now onwards, whenever this kind of situation happen, the fishermen also coming forward, and they are recently also they rescued one more whale shark, and department given them compensation. So this image not only given me happiness, but also created an impact that forest department start paying these people, and these people also coming forward to rescue the whale sharks. That's the story. Yeah. Kalyan.
Thanks a lot, Shrikant. Congratulations on winning that award again. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We'll just have a quick word from other winners. Najib. Najib ji, congratulations on ये award के लिए. आप बोल सकते हैं कि आपने कैसे लिया और क्या हुआ इधर?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you the whole team of Nature in Focus, and Kalyan sir, Uman sir, Andrew sir, Karthik sir, Prasen sir, and Neha ma'am also. And thank you for selecting this image because I think conservation and preservation of natural habitat is extremely important and plays a vital role to avoid human-animal conflict. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh yeah. Actually, on that day, it was 12 January 2022, and as you know, in Assam we celebrate three bihus. Bihu are more important festival in Assam, and it was the day of Bhogali Bihu. We call it Uruka, and the tiger stray out from Orang National Park, and there was a huge gathering. You can say like there was a 2-3 thousand. The mob consisted of 2-3 thousand people, and there were some careless men who drank and who pelted stone, who had the paddy field, and eventually the tigers very aggressive, and the tigers, as you see, um, chased the man who took the bamboo pulna. And but her intention was very clear. She not in a mood to kill anyone. And after like some action, she moved towards Orang National Park. That's it. And fortunately, I managed to frame some beautiful images.
Thank you, Nijat. And we saw the series of images in the portfolio category as well. So it's really amazing.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
And I just wanted to say that a friend of ours is doing a coffee table book on tiger conservation, and he will get in touch with you for this image because he really loved this image.
Oh, really? Thank you, sir. It means a lot, sir. And thank you.
Yeah, Najib, you did a good job for tigers and also for the people that live around them. So great job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Kapil, can we have a quick word before you? I don't know if you have started dancing for the wedding yet, but yeah.
No, not yet. Hi. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you the story behind this picture. This is from LRK, Little Run of Kutch, last October, October 22. Especially, actually, I went to target the Eurasian hobby. Again, this was like out of the box. Target was something else and ended up getting something else. So, went from Mumbai to Ahmedabad for a couple of safaris just for the Eurasian hobby. And first safari try and we didn't get anything. Next day morning, we did another safari. Up till then,
Sorry to cut you, Kapil. Very sorry to cut you off, Kapil. We're slightly running on short. Can you just talk specifically about this image and what was happening? Yeah.
sure. So basically, we found this porcupine. From a long distance, we found this porcupine which is running in broad daylight. So while we went close, we found that the couple of stray dogs were chasing it, and that is when seeing a nocturnal animal in broad daylight first was a big deal. And then again, stray dogs trying to come and chase. Finally, they kept on fighting for an hour, and finally the stray dogs gave up, and the porcupine it ran away. So I have an entire sequence along with a lot of videos. This was one of the one natural history moments that I was able to get. The idea again is how the feral dogs are becoming a threat to the local wildlife.
Thanks a lot, Kapil. Congratulations again on your second award for the evening.
Thank you.
Andy, I know you have to go, so I'll let you go.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for letting me take part. It's been amazing. I've got clients here waiting for dinner. Thanks to everybody that entered. Please support the competition next year. It's a really amazing and inspiring thing for all of us to judge. And we all give up our time to judge it because the pictures are so awesome. And we want to inspire you to do it. So please, if you haven't been placed this year, please enter next year because there's always next year. And we appreciate everyone who enters. And thanks for allowing me to judge as well. And I'm sorry I have to depart.
Thank you, Andy. Really appreciate that. Neha, I'm going to pull you into this for this because we spoke about single images that tell stories. Can you add your thoughts on this?
Yeah, this image of the porcupine, I have to say that it was an image that really surprised me, right? And for so many reasons, that Kapil spoke about it, right? Just seeing a nocturnal animal out during the day. And, even when it comes to the whole issue with feral dogs, we've been talking about it for a while, but I feel that we've been talking about it in a very particular kind of landscape. Predominantly, the conversation has been in and around the Himalayas. So I think that it was surprising in both these ways. And then the image itself speaks volumes, in every movement, in how the quills are standing out, the way the dogs, there are two of them versus one. I think it sort of really brings out the issue in such a remarkable way. And that's so true for all of the images, right? And I think that that's where these images are doing something very, very important for conservation. You know, they're making it possible for people like us to talk about conservation issues and really grab people's attention. Because that is a problem we have, right? When we want to talk about an issue like feral dogs or talk about man-animal conflict, often people don't want to hear what we have to say. And these images help us make people pause and take notice. And they're doing that very powerfully. All the winners. So spectacular job. Please keep doing this. You're doing such an important job for India's wildlife. Kalyan, I think you're muted.
Just a plug for Neha. Neha does round glasses same. They do beautiful photo stories. So if you have a beautiful photo stories, contact her. I'm sure Neha would love to hear from you guys.
Oh, I already have my list. I'm planning to go to Radha and get a lot of contact details, because I think that you know, you guys are seeing only a portion of the spectacular work that came in. I know this gets said so often, but there were really great stories that were told, many of them that surprised us, and many of them that deserve a platform and need to reach more people. So I have my list for Radha. I will be reaching out, and some of you will be hearing from us, because we want to help you tell your stories to more people.
Any other jury members want to say something?
I think I'll step in. I think these images were really powerful, like the dog in the Himalayas as well as here. I saw some dogs chasing blue sheep like a week ago. But what I wanted to say is that image of whale shark and how Shrikant has taken a beautiful picture, but at the same time has played a role into actually doing something when he was there to help save that species there, bringing all these people together, bringing forest department together, bringing fishermen together. I think that is way beyond this picture, and I just want to thank him for doing that.
Thanks, Prasen. So with that, we'll move on to our next category, animal behavior. This is always a tricky category because you know, every species has its own behavior, and you know, we tried really hard not to get the action shot, like, you know, somebody was there at the right place at the right time, but when something did happen in front of them, they were able to think about composition and try to make a memorable image. So here are the jury selection for animal behavior images. The first jury selection is by Karthik of these swamp hens fighting with each other. We love the symmetry, the fact that they seem to be equally matched in trying to hold on to each other. All the jury members loved it. So congratulations, Karthik, on this jury selection on this beautiful image. Our next jury selection is by Kiran Vasudevamurthy. I'm sure Karthik has a thing or two to say about it, but we just loved, again, when we talk about action, it's just now to be a big predator and things. Here in this case, there's so much going on in a small image. It's a fight between beetle and weaver ants, but the way you captured it's almost like a tiger on a kill. You know, the whole weaver ant trying to get it. So congratulations, Kiran, on this jury selection. Our next jury selection image is by Ashwin Trivedi of this pelican eating a fish. We just love the fact that you managed to capture the image just right, where you can see the silhouette of the fish inside the, I'm sorry, Karthik will correct me, but the gland of pelican. I don't know, I've forgotten the name. I remember the name before. So congratulations on that. Our next jury selection is Anish of this elephant swimming across his reservoir. I mean, it's just poetic, this image. Just, you know, by the way, just to let you know, I'm here. I can't talk about whom I'm filming for, but I'm here in Valparai filming elephants. I've been following them every day, and I've been trying for the last 4 weeks to get a similar shot and just haven't been able to. So, and Anish, I know his dear friend. So congratulations on this simple but beautifully executed image. So with that, we will go. Sorry, we have one more jury selection. Ripan Biswas, congratulations again. This is your third of, if not the fourth image, I think. of these dragonflies. With this, just the way you use the light and the way they're interacting with each other. I think all the, I mean, although it's a very simple image, all the jury members rooted for this image. So congratulations on that. So with that, we go through the winners in animal behavior category. Our first winner is Joshua Barton. This is, actually, I need to read this because it's a sea snake eating. I need to read this up. Sorry, but I hope we have Joshua. Yeah, we have Joshua on the call, so I'll let him explain it. But we never, I mean, for the whole jury members to see this kind of action underwater was amazing, to see this animal behavior and captured so cleanly and beautifully. So congratulations, Joshua, on this winning image. Our next winner in this category is Rajneesh. This is a monitor lizard eating a ruddy shell, sorry, not ruddy shell duck.
Lesser whistling teal.
Whistling teal, sorry. Yeah, whistling teal. Now, I mean, you know, this is an image that we don't see often. I mean, we thought, we see monitor lizards eating smaller animals, but to see this monitor lizard catching a whistling teal we just thought it's such a rare behavior that this needs to be a winning image. So congratulations, Ratneesh, on this. And our third winning image in this category is Mangesh Desai of this hyena raiding a termite mound. And, you know, again, I think we've had another termite mound image, a termite image earlier, but in this case, we all know they emerge out late evenings and this termite raiding it, the fact that you can see the silhouette and all that. So it's beautifully captured. So congratulations on that winning image. We have some of them. I think we definitely have Joshua and Mangesh on the call. So Joshua, congratulations. It's nice to see your image. You've been part of NIF from day one. So congratulations on this winning image. I didn't know it was yours till a few days ago. So can you tell us a little bit about what behavior it is so that we understand better? Most of us are not underwater specialists.
Sure. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you, Joshua.
Okay. All right. Sure. So as some of you know, especially Dhritimana, I spent a huge amount of time off of the coast of Sri Lanka, off of the shelf for photographing blue whales and sperm whale, pilot whale, Omura's whale, and others. And one day, well, about 30, 40 kilometers offshore, I saw the sea snake that was coming up from hunting. And it's something I had never seen before either. At first, I just didn't know why it wasn't moving. And I just slipped in to try and get a shot of it just resting on the water. And usually they just dart down. And then I saw that this one had caught the fish and was eating it. And I got a couple of shots before it moved away. The trick for underwater photography, as somebody told me years ago, is F8 and be there. And so it was just to get it before it went down. It would have gone down many, many hundreds of meters after that. And yeah, it's a unique shot for me too. So thanks very much for the selection. Thank you very much.
Joshua, what is the fish it's eating? Do you know what kind of fish it is?
Nobody was able to identify it to me. It's some deep water fish. I still don't have a description of it. It's not a typical reef fish or any of the ones that we're normally getting around, for instance, just like floating natural debris like palm trees. So I still didn't get an actual ID of the fish.
Okay, but congratulations, because this was like a unanimous decision that had to be a winning image, because we've never seen this kind of behavior underwater. So hats off to you. I mean, and yeah, superb.
Thank you.
And Mangesh, congratulations. Great to have you on the call. Can you tell us a little bit about this image? Beautifully captured.
First of all, thank you very much for this award and for jury members. So this clicked in Masai Mara. So this was my last safari in Masai Mara that day. So I was coming back to the camp, and that time I just saw this this hyena doing something on the termite hill. So we just went just there, and we saw some termites were flying from there. So, and that was like pura that was like blackout. So I just thought ki thoda gaadi idhar udhar ghuma ke, so I got this silhouette shot there.
Great.
So
It's beautifully captured.
yeah. So like you said, right place at right place or right time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not always that though. I mean, it's beautifully executed, and we see this. But yeah, congrats on the execution on that. So congratulations, winners. And any jury members want to add anything?
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to mention that, there was a lot of images here in the jury selection as well. And I think that with the animal behavior, those were the ones that I was really reading the captions, because sometimes it wasn't immediately obvious to me what was being showcased, right? And I think the thing that really stood out to me for many of the photographers was the kind of effort they put in to understand the species they were photographing, the behavior that they were trying to document, and how many times they went back to take the images. So, I mean, this is kudos to really anyone who entered an image in the animal behavior category. Appreciation for the kind of homework and sweat and repetitive effort it took. It really showed in the images.
Yeah, and as a photographer, I think it's the hardest category because every behavior out there has been captured already, so to show something unique in a unique way. So congratulations on the jury. Thanks to jury and all the winners. So with that, we'll move on to our next category. Oh, sorry, Ditman. Yes. Yeah.
I just want to add for the Joshua's image. Joshua, congratulations. Even I didn't know it is your image. It's amazing. But one point to notice here, that image is amazing. I mean, the natural history is tremendous. We can see that. But always I talk about that what images actually do. I mean, it connects people. Also, one very important thing, it triggers questions. The images triggers questions and scientific questions. Now this trigger the question, ask what is the fish, and now you are also, you don't know. Even I was thinking, what is the fish? Now a lot of people will be engaged to find what is the fish. And I mean, if it's a deep-water fish, how the snake went there and collected and come up. So a lot of questions actually triggered by the images, and that is, I mean, one of the greatest contribution of nature photography, I believe. I mean, as long as the questions are coming, we will look for answers. Yeah, but great images. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So with that, we'll move on to our next category. Sorry, we're a bit running short on time. I know it's a Friday evening. Like I said, a lot of people seem to be in Ranthambore busy, so we'll try to keep it tight. So our next category, which is the hardest of all, is animal portraits. Because I think most photographers start as photographing animal portraits. But what we are looking for is not to show the features of an animal, but the character of an animal, so this is again a very hard category for us to choose. Here are the jury selection images for this category. The first jury selection is Sandeep Das of this Malabar pit viper. We've seen many images of Malabar pit viper, but execution of this long multiple shutter thing really the flick of the tongue really worked, and it really stood out from a lot of images. So congratulations. Our next jury selection is Masiamo. I hope that I'm pronouncing it right. Pardon me if I got the pronunciation wrong. This is an American crocodile from Cuba. And we just love the way you've executed this image, half above, half below, but the way it's like, it almost feels like two different worlds stitched together. So it's a beautiful portrait. Congratulations on that. Our next jury selection is this grizzly bear from Alaska by Jeffrey. Jeffrey, congratulations on our second winning selected image in this contest. This is apparently a grizzly that's this is the hibernation season, but some of the grizzlies don't hibernate and they take advantage of the salmon run, and this beautifully use of flash and camera trapping to get a very unique portrait of grizzly bear, which we haven't seen before, from an area which is quite photographed quite often. So congratulations on that. Now, last jury selection for this is by Kai again. It's a very simple photograph of frog, but the way you use the light, the way you use the backlit, the bokeh in this image impressed all the jury members. So, I mean, I know it's not a very hard image, but it just stood out from all the images that we've seen. So congratulations on all the jury selections. So with that, we'll announce the 3 winners in this category. The first winner is KM Anand. Now, this is an image which is, again, what we really liked about this image is that it was shot in, I mean, not an exotic location at least, but really good use of composition. And yeah, the image just really stood out for all of us. And it's a common bird we see in all our backyards, but the way we executed it, the composition just really worked for us. Our second winner in animal portraits category is Magnus. Magnus, congratulations again. He's won awards before. But, especially non-underwater photographers really love this image. And for us, it's a simple image, but to use the slow shutter, but yet get the shark in beautiful, you really can get the emotion of the shark in this image. So congratulations on that winning image. And our third winning image in this category is Lalit of this beautiful drone shot of this elephant with tusker, especially with all the elephant bug marks and things like that. I'm actually quite, I'm just going to read up about, sorry, I'm just struggling a bit here. Yeah, this is from Sri Lanka. So congratulations on that. So we have this beautiful drone shot of elephant. Sorry, okay. Anand, we have you on the call. Congratulations on that lovely sunbird image. Can you tell us a little bit about where you shot it and your on it? Sorry, okay. Anand, we have you on the call. Congratulations on that lovely.
Anand, could you please turn off the YouTube or?
Anand, you're on mute here right now. So if you can close the YouTube link and just, yeah. Sunbird image.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you fine.
Hello,
Thanks.
can you hear me? Hello, I took this picture. I took this picture from my terrace. I was just learning photography, and during the COVID period 2 years ago, when I was practicing photography, and I got this image using an exposure compensation which I was practicing. It was an absolutely possibly lucky to get this picture.
Yeah, we don't think there's a lot of luck involved. I think there's a little bit of good composition and thinking in that moment. So congratulations, Anand, on that image.
Yeah,
Magnus, we have you here. Can we see you? If I don't know if you can switch on your webcam.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Is it possible for us to see you as well?
I hope so. Let's see. I'll try here.
Okay, while you try, can you talk a little bit about this image and how you executed this and where?
Okay, thank you for selecting my images. The image, this is the Caribbean reef shark. I was shot in Bahamas. And what I wanted to do with this shot, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so what I wanted to do with this shot was to capture, it's one of the fastest sharks around in the Caribbean. So this is Caribbean reef shark. And I wanted to capture the movement of the shark because I think it's so beautiful. And I used strobe light, the sunlight, and also a constant light on top of my camera to mix 3 different light sources to create this type of motion in the image.
Amazing, Marcus. Congratulations on that image. And we are thinking of banning you from Nature and Focus because you take our breath away year after year.
Thank you very much.
I was just joking, but really amazing stuff. And I think your images stand out year after year. So congratulations on that.
I just want to say the compliments to all the photographers, because I think the level of photography that you're presenting is really, really nice to see and very creative. And I think that images of like I do sometimes photograph sharks, but the conservation impact that it can have with images and connecting people to nature, it's such an important work. So all the nature photographers should just get out there and do much more.
Thank you, Magnus. And Lalit, great to have you on the call. Everybody listening, it's just a simple, beautiful portrait.
Hi, Kalyan. Yes. First of all, let me thank the whole team of Nature in Focus for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I'm privileged and honored, and also the jury for selecting me as one of the winners. This was taken actually not in a park. It was North Central province of Sri Lanka. As you know, the human-elephant conflict is common in this part of the world. Basically, farmers chase elephants away when their crops are being planted, and also they being chased away when the crops are harvested. So they live in harmony, although the considerable amount of elephants as well as the human getting killed every year. So when this was taken in North Central province, I used a drone and one of the tuskers and another elephant having a bath. So it was amazing with the shadow, and so I used the drone without any disturbance to the animal. So, and again, thank you very much for selecting me as one of the winners in this competitive contest.
Thank you, Lalit. It's a beautifully executed, and we just love the elephant footprints in the background. Actually, more than the elephant, there's the elephant footprints that work for us.
Yeah, that's right. You can see it like an art. You can see the footprints of the elephants, and not only one. Actually, there are one or two. But I got this single image with the tusk.
Great. Yeah. Can we have one or two jury members just come on call, unmute yourself, cover some of these images?
I think this the elephant image really stood out for me, Kalyan, because I mean, we see a lot of elephant portraits, and this was really fresh and different and a very interesting perspective. So it was quite stunning. And I think that, Magnus's backstory on his image also, it's like the essence of the animal was reflected in his image, right? The speed and how it moves. And I think that that's what really takes like a regular animal portrait and takes it to that next level, right? It elevates it when there is something that is core to his essence that is being revealed with the image. And that's what these photographs do.
Thank you, Neha. Prasen, you wanted to say something? Sorry. Okay. So we'll come to the last category of the contest now. Thank you again for the winners in that category. So this year we introduced a new category called portfolio. And Neha, I'm going to ask you to weigh in heavily on this because a single image doesn't make you a photographer. Sometimes you can be a famous photographer by being at the right place at the right time. But I think if you're able to tell an amazing story with a 6 to 10 images, and actually not just Neha, Prasen, I'm going to rope you in as well, because National Geographic story is all about that, and you know better than anybody else. The efforts you need to go to tell a story in 6 images. So so this time we introduced this category because we wanted to recognize photographers who are not just there at the right place at the right time, but who spend some time in it could be a location, a species, an issue, or anything, but they spend some time trying to take a portfolio of images which communicates the issue to people. And it doesn't have to be a conservation issue, it could be animal behavior as well, but somebody spent some time who got a series of different images. It's not the like 10 different portraits of tigers. And I'll be critical here because, a lot of the entries, I'm sorry to say, but they were burst mode of tiger hunts, So somebody shot 10 frames per second of a tiger chasing a langur. That's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is every image which tells a different aspect of a story. It could be animal behavior as well. It doesn't have to be conservation or anything, but that's what we were looking for. And this is a tough choice. So we have one runner-up and one winner, and we also are recognizing the winner of this category as the photographer of the year Nature in Focus contest. So okay, sorry. So we have a jury selection. We have one winner and one jury selection. And the winner for jury selection is Mohan in Danger by Ripon Biswas. I hope Ripon can join us because I think he has had more than 3 images already in the contest. But Mohan is the local name for critically endangered black softshell turtle. And here's a portfolio that he submitted of this turtle. They've just literally a few hundreds left, and they're only found in few areas in India and Bangladesh. But he was able to represent the dangers that these species go through, and the only areas where these species are surviving is in few temples and some ponds in some of the temples. And the diversity of the images that you've captured, I think, really captured the jury. So Ripon, nice to see you on the call, and congratulations on winning so many pictures in this category in this year's contest. So congratulations, and can you run us through this photo story of yours? We'd love to hear from your voice.
Thank you, Kalyan. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
So first of all, thank you all the jury for selecting this picture as a winner. I'm thanking all the jury not because these pictures are taken by me. I want your help, guys.
Ripon, sorry, can you speak a slightly slower? I think your internet is a bit bad.
Okay,
can you speak slightly slower if you don't mind? Sorry, yeah.
Sure. So I am thanking all the jury. I'm thanking all the jury not for selecting these pictures, not because they are taken by me, but because these things, this creature needs your help, guys. I appeal to everyone who are seeing these photos. They may be a normal man, a common man, or a policymaker. Please help. Please help me.
Ripon, we lost.
Black softshell turtle. Hello.
Yeah, Ripon, we lost you at the last bit, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So this species is critically endangered black softshell turtle. There are few places you can find this species as confined or semi-confined. So I live in a city. The name of the city is Coach Bihar. The pond. There is a pond where these turtles can be found. But nowadays, these turtles are facing. Hello? Am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're breaking up a bit. Yeah.
Sorry for the internet connection. But nowadays, these turtles are facing many problems. They are often run over by cars. Sometimes they die on this pond where they live. Sometimes they run over by car. And you can see the left bottom picture. One people holding a pot where 2 eggs are kept. Actually, these eggs are of one female turtle which run over by a vehicle. And these 2, there are 4 eggs. They came out of her body. Later, the turtle died, and these eggs are also died. On the bottom right photo, there is one young turtle that is run over by a car. So these turtles are in peril, and they need they need our help. So I request everyone to help me to protect the species.
Thank you, Ruben. Congratulations. And it's not just the photo story, but I think you pretty much had a winning image in every category. So congratulations, beautifully executed. And yeah, so thank you for that. And hopefully when we publish this story, more people will be aware of this softshell turtle. And thank you for doing justice to the species.
Thank you.
So with that, we go for the winner and also the photographer of the year for Nature in Focus this year. Drum roll. Balam, the endangered king of Mayan forests, by Fernando Martins. This is the story of jaguars in Mexico and the cultural relevance and the what's happening to the species. Fernando used combination of camera trapping and long lens regular photography to tell this beautiful story of how the jaguars using this landscape and what they have to navigate with. And I think we have Fernando joining us on the call. Fernando, can you, are you there? Yeah, we can see you on the call. It would be great if we can see you as well.
Hello.
Hi, Fernando. Congratulations. You're the photographer of the year for Nature in Focus 2022.
Thank you.
Your images are breathtaking, and your image in another category as well took us breath away. So we would love to hear the backs. I know we don't have captions here, unfortunately, but we would love to hear what's the story here and what was it you're trying to communicate.
Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank all the organizers and thank you to the jury for selecting my portfolio. I'm very happy for receiving this award. And I have been working photographing jaguars for many years. And with this portfolio, I want to share the story that that's happening with these cats in Mexico, and mostly in the Yucatan Peninsula. Jaguars are it's a species with high cultural and ecological value, but it is also one of the animals that has that has been affected the most by human actions. So I wanted to show this relationship between these cats and humans. As I said, the importance of these animals and mostly the problems that they are facing, the conflict with people, deforestation and habitat fragmentation that are forcing these animals to get closer to the people, to the human settlements, looking for food, and most of the time this doesn't end well for these cats, as we know. And also that's very important, all the work that the scientists are doing to study these cats and the people who are working for conservation. So this was the story of these jaguars. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Fernando. Congratulations again. We really love all the images. In some sense, although we are a global contest, but most of us are from India, and we see a very similar situation with leopards here. But the fact that you captured the jaguar thing, and I know the issues are not exactly the same, but slightly relatable. We really loved it. So congratulations on being the photographer of the year for Nature in Focus. And I would love to have a word from other jury members on this photo story, please.
Hi,
Thank you. First of all, I'll go back to Ripan's story. Ripan, it's been 2 years I've been following your work, and it's phenomenal. And this story is so powerful from the point of view that it has so much of diversity of images, and you don't need to explain what's happening there. And it has all these aspects about garbage, about people trying to save it by feeding it. It dying and impacts from humans on it. I think it's a powerful story. So thanks for working on this. And you have said that you want us to help you. You have to let us know how. And moving on to Fernando, I make my living out of telling stories by photos, and this story just made my day. The day I saw it, what happens is, and I always try to say this is, in these stories about big cats as well as other charismatic species, we take photos of the species and we completely forgot to establish the context, where it is happening, how it is happening. We spend entire day in the field taking photos, and then we come home tired, and when we are tired is when those other photos come in, like this Mayan ruin, the deforestation, the entire forest. All these images are really important to pull this entire story together. So thank you for doing it. It's really powerful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that telling a story with images it requires a photographer to sort of build another muscle, right? They have to be a little bit more investigative. They have to be going deeper into the subject, right? And really reflecting its different aspects. And I think that's what both these extraordinary stories have done, right? They've really brought those different aspects. The same images that Prasen mentioned stood out for all of us, right? The Mayan ruins that talk about how this species used to be something that was so predominantly important and revered at one point and is now losing its importance. The deforestation that is causing this issue. Even that little detail of that, the signboard by the road, highlighting the issues that exist, right? The boundaries, the many different kinds of fences, walls, roads, the things that are creating issues. I think all these aspects come together really beautifully. Even in Ripan's story, it's so interesting. Normally, feeding wild species is something that would be like an absolute no-no. And here is the situation where feeding a wild species is what is actually now allowing it to survive. And that is just so sad, and it makes me feel a lot of conflict, right? And bringing in all this context is very important. I think that in the day and age we live in, any story of animal behavior cannot be blind to everything else that's going around it, right? We cannot just talk of beauty and wonder and show them. We cannot not show people. We cannot not show the issues. And I think that's what these images do. They're really stunning, beautiful images, but they bring in all those aspects very, very powerfully and stand out. And I want to tell you a story right now because there are so many Dhritiman fans here. I'm going to pull Dhritiman's leg a little bit. And when I first started working with Dhritiman more than a decade ago, I think that he and I used to have these really long arguments about the selections he would make in his stories. Because I think that as a photographer, your first instinct is always to bring in the most technically sound, beautiful, perfect stories, images. You want to highlight the unique behavior. And often as an editor, that's where the tussle happens. And we want you to take a step back from your own story and given the other things that may not seem important at first. And, Dhriti is spectacular at it now. But it took some arguing. And I'm sure Prasen can attest to that as well, right? Prasen, I'm sure you have lots of arguments and back and forth with your editors at Nat Geo when you're working with them on photos.
Fight. It's mostly a fight. Thousands of images. And I come up with my set of images, which I think are ideal. And my editor comes up with her images. And I would like to tell this one incident where she was like, I don't care how many days it took you to take this photo. That picture is shit. And that's very important because me being a photographer, I look at that image also from the point of view of how much effort that I put in. And it really requires that third eye from my editor, where she's like, no, I know it's very difficult and you took it, but it doesn't fit into the story. And miraculously, there are times when I'm just driving and I park my car, there's nice light, pull my camera, take a photo, keep it, drive. It took me less than 10 seconds to take that photo, and that makes it into the story. And that's why it's really important to have that relationship with the photographer who's in field on ground doing all the work, versus the editor who helps you pick those notes and pull it all together. So I really appreciate your and Tritiman's jury, which we have seen evolve over the years.
I completely agree with you. I'm not a photographer anymore. I'm more filmmaker, and it's the same thing. The shot that you work the hardest, you want that in the final film, but it might not be relevant at all. It might be a shitty shot, bad light of this thing, but it makes sense more for the story than But yeah. But anyway, we'll continue the discussion. But Fernando, thank you for joining on the call, and congratulations again for being you really impressed us, and you like Prasen, like all these people said, you captured this diversity of images, which really tells the story of your area. So congratulations again, and we will be sending you mail of the trophy and be in touch with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Fernando, and congratulations, because not this award, we've seen your image in the other category as well. So congratulations again. So before we close off, I want a quick word from all the jury members, and I'm going to pull my partner in crime, Rohit, here, who's been hanging out in the background, but hasn't been joining on the call. So he's been around though, and now he shows up. Yeah. Karthik, so let's start with you. You've been very quiet, please.
Me? I thought you were asking Rohit to talk.
No, Rohit will be around, but you start. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was a lovely experience going through all these images and arguing with the other panelists, trying to fight for the image that I liked and stuff like that. So it was good fun. I didn't really think I would be able to do this, but yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Thanks.
Prasen?
Yeah, I'm short of words right now, but this has been an extremely amazing experience going through all these images with all of you and seeing all these images from all around the world, but specifically from Asia. And I think I wouldn't be exaggerating by saying that these are probably the best images out of Asia this year. So thanks for Nature inFocus to organizing it, bringing all of us together, bringing all these images together. And thank you, Rohit, Radha, and all of you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and sorry, before we go ahead, Radha and Nikhil, can you guys switch on your webcam and be together, please? We'd like to see you. These are the people, actually, both of them are the ones who are doing all the heavy lifting. Me and Rohit are just faffing around. Yeah. Yeah. Neha, your comments, final comments, please.
I feel like I haven't been able to hold back. I've been commenting throughout and sharing input. So I think that one of the things that Ritiman said early on is like something I just want to repeat and highlight right now, which is that I feel like with each image here, we are like advancing the cause of nature and wildlife and its protection. With every single image, we're helping other people either build a relationship with the natural world, because we're just like making them go, wow, this is amazing. And then revealing to them the layers, the depth, the problems, the issues. And I think that anyone who eventually looks at the winning images here, the selected images here, cannot not be moved by what they're seeing. And I think that's the most valuable contribution every single one who's participating has made, and the contest itself has made. So thank you so much, guys, for having this contest, for bringing so many talented photographers around the world together to showcase these images that speak so powerfully, and for letting me play a small role in it.
It's not a small one, and we appreciate that. And And Round Glass and us, we play kind of a contemporary role in this. Like we kind of help each other out, and and I think our mission is the same. And it's great that there are more of us in this space who kind of tell these stories. Yeah, okay. And with people who have to have their dinner in India and stuff, Indian time zone time, but we give the mic to Diptiman now. And yeah.
No, I'm not going to tell. I mean, I want to leave actually. Even earlier, my friends are waiting, and yeah. So again, I want to congratulate all the participants, because I know a lot of people are waiting here to see what is happening with their images. Some definitely are mentioned, some are not, but I want to tell from bottom of my heart that we loved all of your images actually, and some got mentioned, some not. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's more important you all are contributing for this nature where we live. Where, I mean, this is our space, and you are a champion who actually participate, who are taking photos, who are going out and convey the stories and talk about nature. So you all are champions. So we love you all. And second thing I want to mention, because just when Ripon came, I just sometimes we feel
no Bengali bias here, okay?
No Bengali bias. So that is exactly what I want to talk about. I mean, sometimes people think how the judging thing happens, and here it's a opportunity to share. Ripon was just with me now. I mean, I am coming back from North Bengal. He was with me. Even I had no idea, except that bat images, that any of those images are from Ripon. He was with me for 7 days. I had no idea that which images. I mean, bat images I knew because that got in NHM. So that's why I knew the image was of Ripon. But otherwise, even the turtle story, even I had no idea. And to mention about Ripon, this is about nature in focus, that how judging thing is very much unbiased and fair. It happens. We had no idea whose images are, and I mean, it's absolutely unbiased way it happened. And about Ripon actually there was an event in Calcutta. So Ripon was supposed to come there, and he didn't come because of some work needs to be done for the turtle. He asked me also that day, so what he should do. And I supported him. Yes, of course, you stayed for the turtle. Event will happen again and again, but turtle is much more important. The black software. He didn't join the the event, and he actually photographed for the turtle. So his story is continuing, and that is why the portfolio and working for the story is important. It never ends. It's a ongoing process. So stories, I mean, the work should go on, and nature and focus also should go on. I mean, congratulate both of you. I mean, participants and the nature in focus. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Diptiman. Karthik, final word from you.
Oh, I thought I just spoke.
That's the
final word from the Guruji.
I know. Now you're putting me on a spot. I have nothing more to add more than what the others have said. Yeah.
Okay.
It was amazing, though. Anyway, congratulations to everyone involved, the participants, of course. I think they've pushed themselves. They've used technology to, their advantage, and pulled out some amazing images. And thanks for the opportunity to see those things. And of course, Radha, thanks for putting me in there. And I think you did a lot of talking to me to be part of the jury. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Yeah, and of course it was wonderful, spending time with Prasenjit, though virtually, and Dhriti, of course, and Neha, and Rohit, always in the background. I guess he should have the last word.
But thank you, all the jury members, guys. Really appreciate. It was not easy. You had to take times off your schedule, and I think we are not trying to be a popular contest, but we're trying to be a meaningful contest through this. and work with the changes that Uman has mentioned and the kind of stories we're trying to select. We want to be more meaningful than not a mass appeal thing. So I think we've kind of gone through one step forward. I don't think we've actually got one step forward with this year, thanks to all the jury members who contributed to that. And I wanted to thank again Rohit, who always in the background. Radha, who's the star. She's the like NF is like run by her. Nikhil, who does all the background, and Sharmila, who couldn't be joined us on the call. So this is the core team who kind of put it all together. So I want to thank the core team again. And thank you everybody, and who is still watching. Well, who still have the patience to still watching this call on YouTube. Thank you, and we will have a physical event next year, and we look forward to more meaningful, fresh, new perspective stories for the coming year, and we look forward to that. And we're looking for images that tell stories of our times. You know, I think the thing when we talk a lot about ethics and things. Every few years, what matters to us changes, and I really want photographers to tell stories about things that matter. So one of the things I personally, again, I'm not a jury on this. I kind of jury coordinator. I try to bias things, but one thing I really wanted to see more was climate change stories. You know, I think climate change stories not just affects animals and wildernesses, but it also affects people and kind of the planet in some sense. And my wish list for photographers for next year's contest is to tell stories about climate change. And I don't want a polar bear image, sorry, that's overdone. That'll never win. But stories about climate change, how it's affecting communities and wildlife and landscapes and habitats in India, I think we really would like to focus on that. So just a wish list that we would like to put out. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the jury for being part of it, taking a lot of time.
Kalyan, you forgot my wish list.
Macro. Okay, guys, more macro images, especially in your backyard.
It was not just
especially
macro.
spiders. Yeah.
No, not really spiders, but yeah, I think people who heard me earlier would remember that. So I will not want to repeat that again.
He said he wants Rohit to give the final word, not anyone else.
But the stories can be about how climate change is impacting spiders.
Of course, of course, yes. Of course.
So I just read the news that Bangalore has had the wettest year ever. So if somebody can capture that with a photo story.
And also the coldest November already, coldest day in November has already gone by. Yeah.
Rohit, you want to hear
the last word from Rohit?
Guys, we've gone over 2 hours, so and
I have to leave. I'm sorry, I'm leaving.
We're all leaving. We want
Dhritiman, you better listen to Rohit now, okay?
Rohit,
we all listen to you all this while. We want to listen to Rohit now.
See, I have to listen to Rohit. I will call him and we'll talk for like 2 hours.
No. On a public platform. Rohit, please.
Go enjoy your Koshamanshu show. Prasen, wherever you are, thank you for spending time, and each and every jury member. I know the time is precious, but the cause is much bigger. So your time is very well spent in looking at all these images and the photo stories. We want to make it bigger. We want to really be more meaningful, as Kalyan said. We want to drive the impact. And with all the photographers participating in the contest, we are actually driving the impact. So thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
You guys, rather you better end the call, otherwise it's going to go on all night.
Bye.